Today we're going to plant seeds. Today is May 22nd. These have been soaking for 24 hours, maybe closer to 36. These were soaked overnight, and per instructions, you're supposed to let them dry for an hour before planting. Let the skin dry for an hour so it doesn't rot. This is a mixture. The one with the two different beans, these are pole beans. These are what's in there. Grandma Nellie's are the brown ones. They look like this. Let's see. You can see down in there. They're the brown ones. They look like that. Well, you can't see down in there. Oh, and I'm spilling. But this is what they look like. Alright. And McCaslin, they look like navy beans, like these in here. These all look like navy beans, and navy beans are typically what green beans are made out of. So those are those. Then the ones that I have a lot of, these are all bush varieties, are the Blue Lake and the Contour. And I couldn't remember if either one of these were stringless. So before I started filming, I actually found my stringless green beans. They're not soaked, but I'm also going to plant these today as well. Then, of course, the corn, Dollar Tree. Don't sleep on it. These are old seeds. I'm going to plant them and see what happens. What I normally do with zucchini, I eat a few fresh, but mostly I dehydrate them, powder them, and then put them in everything. I hide vegetables every way that I can to get in my family, so they go in everything. And cucumbers. I'm going to get these in the ground as well, and hopefully get cucumbers this year. I'm doing it a lot earlier, and this next few days is supposed to be very wet and cool, so hopefully that'll help me out. Let's head out to the garden. Good morning, friends, dreamers. Welcome to Dreaming of an Eccles Homestead. I've shown you the seeds. I'm going to continue with my plan of turning my backyard into my classroom. You guys come with me as I plant the seeds this morning for our summer fresh eating and possibly for canning. See you in a bit. Alright, friends, we've had a lot of rain. So the rain helped level out my bed pretty much. And I don't see any new weed seeds growing in here. So I'm going to put my corn in the middle. Something spooky right here. Okay, that's a root. Alright, I'm going to put my corn here in the middle. Same place I put it last year. And then I'm going to put my bush beans around it. So I have 10 corn seeds. I probably should have put on my knee pads because the ground is very wet. We have a lot of rain. So, instructions say put them about a foot apart. I'm gonna put it closer. And I'm gonna put it about an inch down. So, they're about 8 inches apart. Hope you're not getting a good view of my décolletage. And, that feels like that there's an opening, there's a hollow right there. And that is probably from groundhog that we have yet to be rid of. We probably have a whole colony at this point. So they're 8 inches apart. I'm gonna come around the other side. They're 8 inches apart and about a foot apart this way. So tree. The squirrel forgot his lunch. I'll put that in that hole right there. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. I did 10 seeds. I soaked 10 seeds, so put this one right here, and this one, another snail, right here. And I think right here, I'm probably gonna lose that corn in that area because that is where the tunnel is. I feel a void. That's where normally he doesn't do under my beds. When I rebuilt this bed, I didn't put any garden stakes in the ground. I usually stake in the ground to keep digging animals from digging underneath the bed. So this year will be interesting. These rapid beans. Now, when planting Three Sisters, which this is one of the sisters, the pumpkin, so, which is why I'm right here. When planting Three Sisters, typically it's supposed to be you plant the corn first, you let them come up, then you plant the beans, you let them come up, and then you plant the pumpkins. Well, this pumpkin is volunteer, so, and it is May 22nd, so I am not going to, I'm kind of late getting the corn in the ground because the saying is knee-high by the 4th of July. It is not going to be knee-high, but it's okay. These are also going to be about 8 inches apart. They've soaked for a good long time. And my bush beans are for canning, if I didn't say that. My vining beans are for fresh eating. I'm going to stick some in the middle of the corn as well. Void. There's a void right there. And along the sides right here. And that still gives me about 8 inches to plant something else. So once the green beans come up, I'm going to plant something that likes to be cool right here, because what I'm thinking is the green beans will shade them, and the corn, between the green beans and the corn, we should have plenty of shade right here. That is my thought. Tell me what you think. Am I doing something wrong? I'm also going to put some straight across. That is the corn and my bush beans. All right, let's get started on something else. All right, right here, I'm gonna put my tomatoes, my bush tomatoes, right here, or some of them. I have a lot. This is not straight by any means, but I'm going to put some of them right here. I have plenty. Straight across on this side of the trellis. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Sorry guys. I grew all of my bushing tomatoes in one pot, and now I just need to space them out. I'm going to space them like every other hole. Hopefully, they're not too mad at me for being in this here container for so long, because it's been a minute. They don't have to be planted deep like vining tomatoes. You see, that's some good root. You get that? Very good root going on here. I'm gonna start here, and I'm gonna. There's no void, so hopefully. That weed in there. We're not sharing. Hopefully, the groundhog has eaten all of the grubs that he can find and will leave this area. That's the good thing about, not groundhog, moles. That's the good thing about moles. They do eat grubs and slugs. The bad thing is they also eat worms. So this is the first year I've been in this bed where I didn't see any grubs. Our pet rabbit also eats grubs, and he's been digging in this bed when it was the other bed as well. So there's a distinct possibility that between the two of them, they have gotten rid of all of the slugs and grubs, go that way, in this bed. Hopefully. There's a distinct possibility. Down here, this end is more clay than that end, but I did fertilize it really good. I fertilized this entire bed. Really well. Let's spread this out a little bit more. And I did learn over the winter that tomatoes will grow fine in clay soil. So she'll be fine. She'll be all right in this clay down here. She'll be all right. There. I'm even going to plant one right here with the hook, where the hook is. So that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, a total of 5 on this side. And these are the biggest, healthiest ones. They're going right here. Whoop. Starting to look like a garden, right? Okay. Now, right now I don't have a spot picked out for these. But the other thing I learned a few years ago is tomatoes grow great with sweet potatoes. So I think the one that came out, this one and this one are really big. No, I'll leave those for the sweet potatoes. I'll put something smaller. But tomatoes and sweet potatoes grow well together. So I will have to find a spot for more. I still have vining tomatoes to plant as well. All right. All right, what I've decided to do is I'm going to take some of these, and on the other side, every other. So I'll start with the second one and do every other, going all the way down. I still won't be out of tomatoes when I do that. But my goal with all of these tomatoes is to get, about 40 jars of tomato sauce in all its varied forms. So let's get this one right here. And none of my marigolds came up. So normally what I would be doing is putting marigolds right in front of this. See how rough I'm being and how easy they're coming out? They don't care. They don't care at all. This will give me the opportunity to, if they start flopping in the wind, I can stake them to here. But they've gone through several windstorms, so they might be good. Several windstorms we've had. Okay, this is a bunch of them together. Let's see. This one. There's also a bunch of rabbit poop right here as well. So there's a lot of rabbit poop over here. And let's see. Let's go with this one. It's nice, big, and healthy. And it will be the last one on this side. This is more clay, so it's harder to dig. Oh, there's some weed barrier under here. Forgot about that. All right. That's why it was harder to dig. All right. And the weed barrier looks like it's floated up. So, now that gives me what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 tomatoes. That's an odd number. That is an odd number. And it's probably going to bother me. But I can't let it bother me. I can't let it bother me. That's 9 tomatoes. All right. Can't let it bother me. No, no, no. These are all bushing varieties of tomatoes. And I still have a bunch left. I think I'll plant some more somewhere. I don't know. This is what we have left. So that's what? 3, 5, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I must have planted a whole pack. And that is also because I planted them, I left them outside. I didn't do them inside at all. So, recap. We have corn and beans on this side, bush varieties. We have tomatoes right here, bush varieties. And I'm going to plant either zucchini or cucumbers right here. I have to think. I didn't do very well on cucumbers last year, so I think I'm going to do some cucumbers right here. And maybe I'll do zucchini up on the hill. Yeah, I can do that. I can do zucchini on the hill and cucumbers down here. All right, let me grab those seeds and get those planted. This is the variety of cucumber I'm going to be planting. Oh, the tomatoes came from Dollar Tree. And I can't remember what variety they are. So, these way down here. Big rock. Way down here. And just weed out. I think I'm going to do 4. Yeah, I'll do 3, but I'm going to do 2 seeds in each hole. That's what I'm going to do. And then the weakest one that comes up, that'll be the one. My daughter bought me these and the corn for Valentine's Day. So 2, 4, 6. The rest back up. Stay right there. 2 per hole. 1, 2. 1, 2. And they are about 8 inches. These two over here are about 5 inches apart. And them. Getting cloudy. Hopefully the rain will. Rain is better. Rain is better. Rain is better. Hopefully the rain will water these in for me. The soil is pretty saturated as well. Oh, all right. So we got our tomatoes planted. We got our beans and corns planted. And we got our cucumbers planted. It's about to rain. I'm going to have you look up. It's about to rain. So I still want to take this opportunity to get one more set of seeds, and that is basil in the ground. This is green leaf Tulsi basil, and it has a long lifespan, if you can call that. And then I'm also gonna, this is the first time growing this, spicy glow basil. I don't know what it tastes like. I don't know how spicy it is, but I'm gonna plant that around the tomatoes. All right, let's back you up. I'm gonna put the Tulsi on this side because I use it the most. I know what it tastes like, I know what it smells like, and I know how absolutely good for you it is. These are absolutely tiny. These. Can you see that? Let's see. Can you see how tiny those seeds are? Yeah. So I'm going to top sow them in between and around the tomatoes, and I still have hundreds of seeds left. I probably have 100 in my hand. There's no guarantee that they all will come up. No guarantee that any of them will come up. Sometimes it's just a gamble that we're taking in a leap of faith on our part to make sure we have what we need. So, now the spicy clove are going to go on this side. And, I don't know how many I have in here. Let's see. Same, about 100 seeds, super tiny. I'm not going to plant as much because I don't know if I like it. Oh. There's about 2 seeds per opening. And I can't see them. They blend right in. So I'll top sow them. I'm going to give the ground a little pat in the area that they might be in. And let them come up. Now, the only spot I have left are the edges on both sides all the way down. This area right here. I don't know what I'm going to put there yet, but I'll have to keep an eye on it. Who's there? Making it hot. Keep an eye on it. Let me give the ground a pat in the vicinity of where, and hopefully I'm not picking up any of the seeds on my hands. Alright. Starting to look like a garden, and I can't wait till it starts looking like a jungle. Alright. I still have vining tomatoes to plant. That's probably gonna go up there. I have a pot I can put some in, but I don't have any soil. So I'm also gonna put some tomatoes in here. I'm going to remove the zinnias, dig out all of the grass that's growing in here. I'm also, unfortunately, going to get rid of the blueberry. I've given it, we had a heat wave followed by a snowstorm that gave us about 2 feet of snow, and all of its siblings died. So it didn't die, it came back, but it hasn't produced a flower since. So I think I am through giving it space and time, because it's been 2 years. It would have flowered by now if it was going to flower. I might put it up front and just let it be a bush. And it could have been grafted, and what's growing is the graft, and the graft is not going to produce any fruit. So I'm trying to get rid of it. Alright, you guys. I'm tired now. And let's see. And the neighbors are out cutting grass, and I do have a grass allergy, and so I'm just gonna go in for a little while and think. I still haven't planted the stringless bush beans, but I'm going to get those in today. And hopefully it rains. You guys have a blessed day. I'll see you next time. Bye.